Hello listeners, good day. Today we are going to do a demo on e-voting application I have just developed. This application is very robust, dynamic and responsive. It is both mobile, desktop and web compatible, and it can manage multiple elections at the same time seamlessly without interference. Okay, so where can we use this? This e-voting system can be used to manage state election, local government, even federal level. Okay, so while developing it, I have all this in view. So I put every functionality under consideration so that it can meet with whichever need or any demand for this application. Okay, so it can serve both in university election, the community election, anything that has to do with election. Okay, voters can vote, okay, in any location they find themselves by the time the application is hosted on cloud. All right, so this is the landing page or the login page where voters can log in, and it will redirect them to their polling unit where they can cast their vote. Now very quickly, I'm going to take us to the admin page. The admin page is where the admin who is in charge, or the somebody who is in charge of the monitoring the election. All right, okay, you can call them people or the polling unit or the election officers or whosoever, okay, or the INEC chairman or whatever. So they have to start the election. Okay, say for the purpose of this demo, we are going to just quickly go to admin page. In the admin page, I'm going to log in. I already have an account, so I'm going to log in. So I will log in as an admin, then click sign in. So it will bring me here to the admin dashboard. As you can see, we have a view active election. We can clear past history about the election. We can clear past casted votes. We can clear past election. We can clear contestant, past voters, and whatever. So by the time you hit any of this button, it will clear the cache or history of the past previous election. So it's not a must that you must do this. Okay, we can have many of them running on the same database without conflict. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come to what title is just, don't mind about this drop down, but what we are looking at is the element under the drop down. We have register voter, we have a download voters template. So where do we use the download voters template? Say for instance, we have all the voters details in an Excel sheet, okay, or a CSV. All right, it can be uploaded using this upload voters attendance. If I click here, you see we can choose the Excel file, select the election that we want to upload those voters with respect to that election. So when we select it, we click upload. So all the data, all the voters will now be registered with respect to this election selected here. All right, now what we're going to do here, I'm going to come back again. So come to this create election. All right, so here we can create election. Say for instance, we want to talk about school election. Okay, all right, we can say SUG election for instance. All right, if I click submit, it has created an election. It's the election details successfully created. Then if I come here and ask okay, view attendance. Okay, let's come to add contestant. All right, now we'll add a contestant in the sense that people who are going for that particular different position with respect to that election we just created. Okay, let's say I have let's say we have two persons going for presidential position as SUG president. Okay, we can register them here, select the election. You see that the election I just created is here, SUG. We have presidential election, we have community election, we have many election. From there you can register the contestant, fill all this detail and submit. Okay, now from there again we also have where we say okay, monitor election. Okay, when you come to monitor election, you see all the election that is ongoing, all the elections. We have NAS election, community election, presidential what election. All of them are what running, and you can see the total vote we are having here. Okay, we can see the total vote we are having. Okay, you can see the status, you can see the position, you can see the name of contestant, you can see the election, you can see their images. All right, then again we have what? Stop and start election. Okay, any of the election that is running, I can come here, I can say, okay, I want to stop it. If I click select stop, I update it. You see that it has showed that the status is now what? Stopped. So by this time around, even when voters log in, they cannot cast vote because it's not showing as active what? Election. All right, then again we'll come to what? Set vote count. All right, when you talk about set vote count, if you have 30 contestants in a particular ongoing election, say we talk about SUG election, for instance, we are using school as a subject matter or a case study. Now under that SUG election, we have a presidential position, we have a secretary, we have a treasurer, we have other whatever. Let's say we have 4 positions that is being contested for. So these 4 positions, so we are going to set the vote count to what? 4. Okay, so that by the time each voter has exhausted the number of votes, you have casted the number of votes, which is the set count. You cannot vote further, okay, because that is the actual position that is being contested for. You can vote for secretary, you can vote for treasurer, you can vote for president, you can vote for vice president. Those are the 4 positions. And when we set the vote count, we cannot select the election. We cannot say it's what? SUG election, presidential election, or whatever election. You see that SUG election is not showing here. All right, it's not showing here. Why is it not showing? Because we added it here. We have not added what? Contestant. Okay, for that particular what? Election. Okay, that's why it's not what's showing here. By the time we register a contestant now with that particular what? Election, you see that it will now be among the what? Election that is what? Ongoing. All right, after you have selected the vote count, you can click set. It will what? Update all the count for that particular what? Election. The next we have what? Count election result. Here you can come here, select the election. Say for instance, this past votes that we have casted. If I select this, I say view score. You see, it will show the name of the contestant, the election, the position, and what? The vote count. If you check another one again, community election, if you click view, you can as well see it, see the position. All right, if you talk about presidential, I don't think there's election. Yeah, we have one here, but no vote has been counted for this particular what? Casted for this particular what? Contestant. All right, now next we are going to see how we can what? Register what? A voter. Okay, about to register a voter. So this is what we are going to do when we come to, if we want to register a voter. So we come to register voters. All right, this will take us and bring us to this page. Mind you, we can enable our video so that this video can pop up. We have 2 options to register voters when it comes to capturing their faces. We can upload picture or passport manually. We can use a webcam. All right, if I enable this webcam, you see that it will pop up a camera that will capture my face. After I'll select the election that is ongoing, for example, put the username that is being registered, put his or her email, select the gender, date of birth, the month, and the year. All right, the state, the country, and local government. All right, if we fill out this form properly, then the user's phone number. So with this, we can now say, let's pop up our camera so that we can be able to register this user. So what are we doing here now is to come here, all right, go to camera and allow the camera to show. All right, by so doing, by the time I refresh this, I should be seeing myself at the bottom here. Okay, as you can see, I can capture myself now, then start filling this detail. So what I will do is either I want to choose a passport from the media. Say for instance, we already have where all the voters' passport is being stored, okay, in a particular folder. We can be selecting it one after the other while we are doing our registration. Mind you, it's a very robust application. It can serve for every election for any purposes. So if I'm selecting this election, I will select the username. For example, for testing purpose, I'll put my name here. All right, select gender. All right, date of birth. Select the month, the year, so on and so forth. After that, I will now come and say, okay, capture. I cannot capture myself. All right, scroll down here, you see, I have to position myself very well so that it will look like a passport. So what I will do, I'm going to click capture snap. Immediately I do that, it will snap me. Watch. You see, it says snapshot captured. All right, what I'm going to do now, say register. It will generate a voter's registration for me and a password. Okay, so with this detail, I can now use it now to log in to my page as a voter so that I can cast my vote. So what I'm going to do next now is to come to voters polling unit. All right, come to voters polling unit, check the user that is being registered just now. If you scroll down, you see that you go to voters table. All right, there's email authentication to all this, but I disable it for the purpose of a demo. The voters as well can get email notification for the login detail. You see the details, the voters registration, voters registration number, the email. So this is the detail that the user is going to use to log in here. So I'm going to put user email. Okay, come here, pick the voters registration. All right, then check the vote count. How many is it? There's no vote count here. Let's say, let me just manually add 2. I can as well go back to the admin page. Mind you, I'll show you how we can update a vote count. You can come to set vote count for which election did we register this user. It's a NAS election. All right, come here, say NAS election, set the vote count to 2. All right, once I set it now, you see, vote count updated. So when I come to database, if I refresh, you find out that the vote count for this particular user is updated to 2, as you can see. All right, so now let's take this data to log in as as a voter. Then pick this email, come here, enter it like we've done already, pick the voter's registration number, then come here, enter it as well. Once I hit login, you see it now redirects me to two-factor verification. Here, a two-factor verification code has been sent to the voters. Reason because we don't want it to be that anybody can just, because he has your login detail, email or password, he can just log in and begin to cast vote on your behalf. No, it's not secure that way. So we have to implement a email authentication that has to do with a multi-factor authentication, okay, which is two-factor that you can see. So I'm going to look at the code generated. If I swear check my email, if I enable the email, you see that it has sent me that particular code to enable my login. So we have a code here, 823-109. I'm now going to come here and I say 823-109. All right, I will hit verify. You see, it says login, your e-voting token authenticated successfully. I will now hit here. What happened next? It will redirect me to my page. You see the picture I just snapped just now. As you can see myself, the passport I just captured, it captured my face. Then I can now say view active election. All right, we have 2 elections here on running. Okay, we have community election, we have NAS election. It is the NAS election I register myself. Okay, on just now. Okay, now I'm going to come here and say, okay, supposing I wasn't registered for this NAS community election and I want to cast my vote to this community election, what happened? Click vote. It redirects me here. You see the correct contestant, the election ongoing, the position, the total voter vote each contestant have gotten. Now I want to cast vote here. Mind you, this is not where they registered my data. Okay, I was registered as NAS election to cast votes for last election, not community election. If I say I want to cast my vote, what happened? you see there will be an error message. You are not registered for this what election category. So I cannot cast vote here because that is not where I was registered. So I'm now going to go back, go to last election, click vote. Now you see the current contestant, the current vote they have gotten. Now I want to cast vote for this particular user. Once I hit cast vote, what happened? You see, your vote has been casted successfully, and it turned this you have initially it will be showing user has not what voted. Immediately I cast my vote, it will turn into what a thumbprint, showing that I've what thumbprinted, that I've casted my vote. Now say I want to vote for this particular users again. Can I? If I click here, cast vote again, it said no, you have already voted for this contestant. You cannot vote for that particular contestant again. Now mind you, I am left with what? One vote, which is for this second person. Say for instance, this is going for what? Vice president, this is going for president, whatsoever. But for the purpose of this testing, I just add any position there. Now, if I cast my vote again for this particular user or contestant, what happened? You see, it shows that your vote has been what? Casted successfully. Now, the two vote count is exhausted. Okay, mind you, in the when we started this video, I said that depending on the number of voting that is to be votes to be counted or casted, is depend the number of vote count we set from our admin page. So if we have 4 votes to cast, so the vote count should be 4. So like this, we have 2 votes to cast. So these voters has exhausted is our what voting count. All right, I cannot vote further. If I click here again, now what happened? It say you have completed what? Your votes. All right, so this is how far we can go on this video. The application is very user friendly, is very, very dynamic, is both mobile compatible, Android, web, desktop, okay, name it. So it's very responsive. If you like this application, you like this video, feel free to hit the comment section. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for subsequent video so that you'll be the first to get the update. Thank you. Goodbye.